Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and for years, I've been claiming that the Vindicator is the worst tank in all of World of Tanks Blitz, for a couple reasons. First of all, it only fires heat, anti-explosive, which is garbage because if you're aiming at spaced armor like an IS-3, you literally can't pen the thing anywhere on the side because it'll just get stuck in spaced armor. Or if you hit a little fence post, it won't do anything because it'll just blow up on the fence. This tank also only has 2 degrees of gun depression. Yeah, you heard that right, 2 degrees of gun depression. And when you pair all of that with the fact that the SU-152 is flat better in every single way, yeah, it makes sense why the Vindicator's pretty garbage. And I even 3-marked this thing. I can tell you that 3-marking the Vindicator was legitimately more challenging than 3-marking a lot of my higher tier vehicles. But, there is indeed a tank that I consider to be worse than the Vindicator. It's a vehicle that I've made a lot of content on in a very short amount of time, and I'm making another video on it, and you can deal with it. That is the Tier 10 Chinese Collector Heavy, the BZT-70. This tank is utter garbage. That's as simple as it gets. This tank is utter garbage. Now, I'm happy that it's utter garbage. There's some people that think, oh, Droodles, when you're complaining about this tank, it should get buffed. No, it shouldn't get buffed. This tank should stay the exact way it is currently, and it shouldn't change at all. Because it deserves to be garbage, right? The BZT-70 is a 183 turned into a heavy tank. It features super high damage at 910, and it has Hesh, which can deal upwards of 1200. The downside is everything else. It's slow, has the worst reverse speed in the entire game at 9. It has horrible armor. It's huge, has the worst camo values possible. Like, everything about this tank is garbage, apart from the alpha damage. The accuracy, the penetration, everything's garbage. But you hit hard. So, it makes sense that this thing is terrible because you're sacrificing everything for that damage. And I think that it should be. I don't want players to be rolling around in a mobile Death Star that has the ability to ruin your game in one shot. So that's kind of how I have the outlook of this vehicle, and it's why I consider it, actually in a balanced state. I think that you should be punished for driving this thing the same way you should be punished for driving a 183. If you want to be able to hit this hard, you should also be able to suffer the consequences of driving a pile of steaming garbage. So, yeah, we'll see what we can do. Now, that's not to say that every game you play in this vehicle is garbage. I've actually had some surprisingly high damage battles, but unfortunately, for every good game, you have like 5 bad games in this thing. That's really the honest truth. Now, we have a 4.52K all the way in the back, and... oh, okay, the Foch is gonna hit me. Who needs to aim? Evidently I do, and I couldn't even back in the cover fast enough. So just like that, we've lost already half of our health. Isn't that great? I mean, to be fair, this isn't even my fault. We are stuck in a game where I am forced to drive my heavy to the medium flank. My mediums aren't actually doing anything, and the game's over. Not really sure what else to say about this, right? We have the enemy T-54, which I'm going to take out of the game now, so that's pretty good. Can't complain about that. So we've done 880 damage now. Our Luis is still alive, and we're reloading. Let's see, we've got 10 seconds left. Looks like the enemy T-62A has bitten off a bit more than they can chew, and they're not doing all too well anymore. We have the enemy KPZ, and we have Foch. Can't really hit the Foch right now. 62A is rather annoying. Let's see if that Conway's foolish enough to poke. And, ooh, looks like they are. There you go. Conway's out of the game. We actually didn't get to do much damage, though. Only about 600-ish, 500, because our Błyskawica was able to get that shell out before us. But, unfortunately, our teammate is dead. We do have the 40.05, so that's pretty good. We need somebody that has health. So there you go. That's pretty solid. We're going to reload again, and we've got just a little bit longer. Hello. Goodbye. 930 damage into the Kampfpanzer. They're out of the game, and that leaves us with just a few tanks left. We have the Hawksall, who loses a substantial amount, and they're going to continue getting bled, it looks like. I still have a long reload left. As mentioned, this thing's reload is garbage. It's horrible how long you have to aim in on this thing. Let's see if that Foch is still there, aiming, and yeah, I'm not going to be able to hit them. Good job, Hawk. Way to go. Yeah, that didn't go the way you probably wanted it to. At this point, that leaves us with just one vehicle left, the enemy Object 452. We've only dealt 2,400. Like, that's the thing that's funny about this tank. You have all this damage, but you can't even do anything with it because it takes so long to actually deal the damage. But if we can pen one high explosive shell into this 452, we will be sitting at over 3k. And there you go. That is 3,680 damage. So we actually did okay. I mean, I'm surprised that we won this, to be honest, because our team wasn't doing all too great. But the 4005 and Błyskawica, the two players that are left, actually helped out a lot. Even if the 4005 didn't do a whole lot of damage, him existing stopped the Foch from over-aggressing, and it allowed me to have the safety to be able to reload my tank. And the Błyskawica did the same thing, right? Again, he's not a great player, but both of these players here were able to stop the enemy from advancing, which allowed me to reload. When you actually have the ability to sit, reload, and aim in, you can do okay in this thing. And to be fair, I need to clarify, just because something is the worst tank doesn't mean you can't have a good game. It just means that having a good game or making an impact in the battle that is giving your team an advantage is substantially less in a tank like this than it would be driving a Concept 1B. So that's really the simplest way to word it. This game, we only have one heavy. I don't know why the matchmaker is refusing to give me heavy tanks, but because of that, I'm probably going to have to head over towards the medium flank. Let's see what happens. Okay. Our team doesn't know what they want to do. That's really the simplest way to describe it. Everybody on our team is driving to mid, because, you know, that's great. Let's drive our whole team to mid. Oh, boy. Garbage, bruh. Alright, I'm going to head over towards heavy flank, if that's the case. They only have one heavy, but I'd rather go to heavy side than go towards medium side, get completely overwhelmed, and die. That'll be the job of my Hawk 12. Let's see, the girl's playing pretty aggressive, and what a shocker, nobody's on the heavy flank, which is why I originally wanted to drive towards base C, but nobody on our team wanted to do that for some reason, so, okay. We got the VK90. Get B, yeah, that's not happening. Oh, I'm spotted already. As I said, this thing has absolutely horrendous camo value, so when you're driving it, it's very common to just get spotted everywhere you go. The Skoda T50 gets shot. Nice. I'm going to keep moving up myself, and we got the object on 40. Oh, we got a VK. I actually got a bounce. That is unheard of for this vehicle. I'll take it, though. I'll take a bounce whenever I can get one. Let's reload, or not reload, but let's aim, and aiming. I can't pen that Yag Tiger anywhere. I'm hoping, whatever, I'm just gonna splash him. He wasn't gonna move. Bro's brain was rotted, so I figured I'll just splash him with the HE for 500 damage. Unfortunately, we now get to wait 20 seconds to be able to deal anything after shooting, but I guess it's better than nothing, right? Oh, we still got 8 seconds left. And they do have a medium up top, so I don't want to be in a position where that medium is able to farm me. Okay, medium left, which means I'm able to move up, so we're going to try and do that. Let's see, let's move over here, and... Okay, we have a Yag Tiger. Okay. Let's see. Is the VK90 going to drive this way? They do, and boom, there you go. 1,280 off the VK90. And there goes that player. I mean, as I said, when you can actually get the gun to work, it does actually feel pretty decent. But getting that gun to work is the biggest problem with this vehicle. We still have a few seconds left before we can shoot the Skoda, and there you go. Nice shot, taking the Skoda out of the game. That puts us up to 2,700 damage, and, well, now we reload for another 8 years. So that's what we're going to do. Let's see if we can get some damage into the enemy Yag Tiger. I'm pretty safe, at least right now, and 4202 bounces the shell on the Yag Tiger. We're just going to drive right over here, and there you go. That player is out of the game, and we are actually at 3,700, so... I guess today, the Blitz gods blessed me with 2 decent games. I'm still not backing down. This tank is garbage. I'm sure that some people will try and say, but, Droodles, you had 2 good games. I'm like, yeah, I get it. I had 2 good games, but when I 3-marked the Vindicator, I had a 6,000 damage battle. Like, it's not impossible to have good games in bad tanks. The thing is, when your team is bad, this tank feels atrocious. We got a small taste of that in the previous battle when that Foch was able to take 1,000 off me and I couldn't really do anything to him in return. So, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say that there aren't moments you can't have that are fun, but most of the times you drive this vehicle, it's pretty bad. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.